Good morning, everybody. It's Curtis. You're now entering the Curtis Mind Experience. I just had some thoughts this morning about life and all of that. You know, people tell you when you're young, oh, just do right, work hard, and everything is going to work out for you, and you'll have great success and this and that and the other. Well, I'm here to tell y'all that's bullshit. Because here's the thing. I spent my youth going to church, being a good person. My mom raised me pretty good. Then I went into the military. 18 years old. Didn't have hardly any life skills. But Uncle Sam raised me. You go in the military, you get introduced to so much different stuff, so many different cultures, so many different locations, this, that, and the other. And if you don't have a solid background or a solid foundation, you can get mixed up in a lot of bad stuff. Trust me, I went through it. You know, I got with some guys that were pretty much gangsters and thugs that tried to change their life through the military. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I got some friends that went on to be very successful after the military, even if they didn't do the 20 years like I did. But I said all that to say that life is going to give you pretty much whatever you give it. You know, and I'm at 51, almost 52 years old now. No kids. You know, I chose not to go that route. But I've been, you know, with quite a few women. But two of them that I married, they couldn't have kids. And I just never thought it was in the cards for me. And I'm about to get married again. But the thing, let me put this down. The thing about it is that your life is gonna go the way that you push it. You know what I'm saying? I'm finding at 51 years old, you know, if there's things that I haven't done, that's my fault, you know, and you have to be able to own up to that. You know, if there's goals that you haven't accomplished, when you say it's my fault and you're ready to change how you look at things, that's when your life will get better. You know, I will be the first one to tell you that, oh, Curtis was the good one. Curtis did this. Curtis did that. No, he didn't. Curtis was quite a wild child coming up, going through the military and this, that, and other. And later on, after the military, I learned how to just slow down and this and that, you know. But growing up, they thought I was the nice one. They thought that, well, he'll be successful. But at the same time, the people who help raise you, they put limitations on you. Oh, you'll do okay. No, I won't do great. You know, I was just thinking about how in life people will settle for pretty much anything, and that's not what life's about. You got goals, set yourself up for success. And of course, things are going to happen in your life. You're going to have ups and downs and this, that, and the other. But my secret has been that I've kept my eyes on Christ. Because at the end of the day, He is the only one in the end of time that can save you. He already did all of the work, and all you got to do is ask Him to come into your heart and save your soul. I was afraid before to get on my YouTube channel and say that. I'm going to be 100% honest, because if you profess Christ, the Bible says if you profess Him among men, He will not forsake you in front of the Father. So that's why I'm going ahead and say, you know, I have Jesus Christ as my Savior. Nobody is perfect, but I got those skills at 12 years old. Another story for another day is how I went to the church where I got saved every Sunday, and I prayed. This was back in the 80s, and I prayed for my father to get saved every Sunday. And the preacher who led my father to the Lord, he's gone now. But my dad passed away in 1989, March 31st. But in 1985, he walked down the aisle of the church, and he realized that he was a sinner and that he needed salvation. And that's what everybody needs, is to realize where you are and then do something about it. You know, people might call you crazy. I went through middle school and high school, and I used to carry my Bible with me, and there's certain people that used to say, oh, there go the preacher man, this, that, and the other, preacher boy. You know what? And I sit back and I think about those times when I had opportunities to lead people to Christ, and you know, after a while you miss it. I've lived almost 40 years after that, and anybody who knows the Bible, 40 is a big number in the Bible. You know, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years. You know, just to tie all this stuff together. And I've been saved for almost 40 years. And I still believe that Christ is King of Kings and Lords of Lords. Maybe that's what's preserved me. But some days I feel like I have to do more. Well, that's not what the good books say. It just says that if you accept Him in your heart, you know, you have to have a outward showing of an inward change, and that's baptism. So you get saved, you get baptized, and then you become a part of a church family, I guess. But I've been there and done that with the church family. Went back to the church that I was saved in like in 2013 or whatever. Didn't work out so good because none of the same people are there and not the same goals and all of that were there. So I haven't been a member of a church in a while. But at the end of the day, when you got the Spirit living in you, I don't think it's required, because salvation, you can show service without being a member of a church, and you don't have to work for your salvation. You don't have to, but there is, you have to show, let me just say, let your light so shine among men. And the way you live your life should show people that you have a spiritual connection or whatever like that. And for me, I think when people get to know me, they do realize that it's something different or whatever. But this was just a little introduction to spirituality from me on my YouTube page, because eventually I had to do it and let people know that I am a child of God, so that now you guys see me doing things that ain't along those lines, y'all can call me on it. But I keep my Bible with me 24/7 most of the time, and I do open it up and I do read it. So anyway, just wanted to let y'all know that while I was on my way back from Diamond driving me to her job, and then I bring the car back. This has been Curtis, and you are inside the Curtis Minor Experience. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank you for those that did listen, and look forward to giving out more content.